Hi everyone, this is Mr. Iannelli. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to oil the valves of your baritone. Now, in this video, I'm going to be using what's known as a marching baritone, so the valves are facing out as well as the bell. But the process is the same whether you have a baritone, euphonium, marching baritone. It's the same how you're going to oil your valves. So you're probably wondering, why do I need to put valve oil on my valves? And the reason is because we want our valves to be quick and responsive. We want them to move freely. And as they get dried out, they start to slow down and can even get stuck. So we need to put oil on our valves. So the first thing we want to do is make sure that we have everything we need. Our baritone, our valve oil, and we want to have a towel or paper towels to put underneath our instrument so that if the valve oil drips, it doesn't stain. Okay, next thing we need to do is make sure we know the order of our valves. We need to know which valve is which number. So the valve that is closest to our mouthpiece is the first valve. The middle valve is always the second valve, and the one that is furthest from us or furthest from the mouthpiece is the third valve. So first valve is closest to us when we play, or closest to the mouthpiece. The second valve is the middle valve, and the third valve is the one that is furthest from us when we play. Okay, now once we have that, let's oil our valves. So I'm going to turn this on the side so you can see it from here. And the first thing you want to do is unscrew the valve cap. Not the button, but the valve cap. Okay, and if you have a hard time doing this, go ask an adult if they can help you, and if they can't get it, tell them not to use any tools on the valve caps. You don't want to damage them. It's best to either bring it to me or to a trained repair person to see if they can, to have them get it off. They will be able to get it off. Okay, so we unscrew. Now normally I won't take the whole valve out of the valve casing, but I want to show you it, so I'll take the whole thing out. Okay, so if you notice, we have our valve right here. There is a little bit of a notch or a guide that's going to help us to put it in the right way. Because it's a cylinder, we can spin this thing different ways, but it doesn't mean it's going to line up. So that guide is going to make sure that we line it up correctly and that the air can move through the valve. We have our valve cap. Okay, when we put our valve oil on, we're going to put it on the valve right here. Okay, not the stem, but the valve. Okay, so I'm going to put that right here, and I'm going to turn it on its side. And we want to put about, I'd say, 4 or 5 drops of valve oil, not too much. Okay, let me hold that there. And I'll put a few drops. Let me move this over so you can see a little better. There we go. So a few drops, turn, a few drops, okay. Then we put our valve back in, we turn it until it clicks into place. Once it clicks into place, we screw our valve cap on, spread the oil around, and then always test to make sure that the valve is in correctly before moving on to the next valve. Spread that oil out a little more. There we go. All right, let's do the next one. Same idea, only this time I'm not going to take the valve all the way out. Take it out a little bit. Put a few drops. Do this. Drop there, drop there. Okay. Put it back in. Let the guide find its place. Screw the cap back on. There we go. Oop, it's being tricky. There we go. Spread the valve oil and test. Great. Now I know that I've oiled my first valve and my second valve. I've tested each one as I've gone. Now let's do our third valve. So let me get my valve oil over here. There we go. Unscrew the valve cap. Pull it out of the valve casing. put a few drops, rotate, put a few drops, rotate, and there we go. Put it back in, find the guide, screw it in, spread the oil around, there we go, and test. Great. So now I've oiled my valves. I've tested each one as I've gone to make sure that the valve was in correctly before moving on. And now I'm ready to play. So you want to do this about once or twice a week. Okay, once or twice a week, and definitely before you have a performance, before there's a concert or you have a festival, anything like that. You want to make sure that your instrument is in the best playing position possible, and this makes sure that your valves are going to be good to go for that performance. Remember, one at a time, test before you move on, and you'll be good to go. I hope you found this video helpful, and I'll see you soon.